Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome into this edition of the Greene Room. This is a recap of what happened yesterday, May 7th, in sports. And the last time that we brought you the edition of the Greene Room, we talked about Francisco Liriano of the Twins throwing the first no-hitter of the season. Well, guess what? We have the second no-hitter of the season. Justin Verlander of the Detroit Tigers throws his second career no-hitter. His last one was back in 2007, but he throws a no-hitter today. He had a perfect game going through 8 innings. He had 1 out and he issued a walk. That took away the perfect game, but finishes the game with 4 strikeouts on 108 pitches. He was still throwing right around 100 miles an hour in the 8th inning. Great power out of Justin Verlander as the Tigers go on to win 9-0 as Verlander throws the second no-hitter of the Major League Baseball season. Now, Giovanni Gallardo also had a no-hit bid going through the 8th inning. He lost it with no outs in the 8th inning. He goes 8 innings, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, and 118 pitches. 4 walks, though, as the Brewers go on to beat the Cardinals 4-0. And another bit of news that was going on was Andre Eithier's 30-game hit streak that he had going on, trying to continue that tonight versus the Mets. No luck as he goes 0-4 with a walk, and it was Justin Turner pinch hitting, hit a single that went off the heel of Matt Kemp's glove out in the outfield that scored the 2 runs for the Mets as they go on to win that game 4-2. Now the rest of your scores from around Major League Baseball for the day. The Cubs win in walk-off fashion, getting a home run from Carlos Pena to tie the game up, and then a walk-off single to win the game 3-2. The Rays beat the Orioles 8-2. The Phillies topped the Braves 3-0. The Red Sox have another rain delay, but once they resume play, they go on to beat the Twins 4-0. The Pirates topped the Astros 6-1. The Royals beat the Athletics 4-3. As mentioned, the Mets beat the Dodgers 4-2. The Indians topped the Angels 4-3. The Nationals topped the Marlins 5-2. The White Sox beat the Mariners 6-0. The Diamondbacks beat the Padres by the same score, 6-0. And the Giants topped the Rockies 3-2. And finally, the Texas Rangers playing the New York Yankees last night. They win 7-5. A couple of notes: Neftali Feliz comes in and gets his 6th save of the season in as many tries, so he is back from being on the DL. Goes 11 pitches and 1 perfect inning to get the save. And a side note, Nelson Cruz was placed on the disabled list, the 15-day disabled list for, I believe it was a hamstring or quad injury. Tweaked it a little bit. He is retroactive to May 4th on the disabled list, so he will be back by right around May 19th. Now on to the NHL. You had one game last night where it was the Predators topping the Canucks 4-3. The Canucks still lead the series, though, 3-2. And side note, you had the Lightning topping the Capitals and winning that series, sweeping the Capitals in 4 games. And this year there would be no magic for the Philadelphia Flyers. As we all recall, they did come back from a 3-0 deficit last year and beat the Bruins. The Bruins would have none of it this year. They go on to win and sweep the Flyers. Now on to the Kentucky Derby, where you had Animal Kingdom, a 20-1 long shot, winning the Kentucky Derby. Interesting side note, the jockey who was supposed to ride Uncle Mo, the perennial favorite for the Kentucky Derby, who had to pull out with stomach pains or something along those lines, ended up riding Animal Kingdom to victory. So very good for him in that aspect. And on to the last subject of the professional sporting league for the day. The Grizzlies topped the Thunder 101-93. They were actually down 16 points at one point. Come back, tie it up. Zach Randolph takes a 3 at the end of regulation. Not the shot you want him taking, but he does miss. Game goes to overtime, and the Grizzlies roll the Thunder 101-93. Zach Randolph goes for 21 points and 21 rebounds in that one. And the Boston Celtics, in the other game last night, went on to win 97-81, striking back at the Miami Heat, bringing the series to 2-1 in favor of Miami. Rajon Rondo actually had a dislocated left elbow that he sustained in the third, had that left arm hanging for about the whole 4th quarter, not really using it, but was still very effective on the defensive end, as Kevin Garnett goes for 28 points and 18 rebounds on the game, really taking over. Paul Pierce also had 27 points. Ray Allen goes for 15 as the Boston Celtics show that they still have a little bit of life left in them, and they go on to win 97-81, bringing that series, as I said, to 2-1 in favor of Miami. And then a couple of side notes. Texas softball tops Missouri yesterday 2-0 off of a Taylor Hoagland solo shot and a Courtney Craig solo home run. Blair Luna goes the complete game, only gives up 3 base runners, 2 hits, and 1 walk with 6 strikeouts in that game. However, the game was played earlier this morning between Texas and Missouri on ESPN. Texas goes on to lose that one 6-3. So now, as long as Texas beats Baylor, they will at least have a share of the Big 12 title. It's really up to what happens with Missouri. If they go on and win out the rest of the season, then they will share it with Texas. That game will be on Sunday, May 15th for Texas softball. And Texas baseball goes on to win versus Nebraska 16-5. So that's what's happening here on the 40 acres. And to wrap this all up, I would like to issue a very happy Mother's Day to my mother. I hope she's looking in on this, Mom. I just want to say thank you so very much. I'm where I am today because of you. You've been so much of an inspiration. You've always pushed me, always make me do my best. So thank you very much. And have a happy Mother's Day. And a happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. Have a good afternoon and a good evening.